Hi, Frank. It's Nana. It's your story time. And today we have one book, one story, and I think you're going to like it. It's about Fire Chief Fran and a day in the life of Fire Chief Fran and her firemen. Today's sign we're going to learn is fire. And we take all 5 fingers on each hand and go up, wiggling our fingers. Doesn't it look like a fire? Frank, can you do that? Take your hands, spread the fingers, start low and come up. Fire, fire. The firemen work to put out the fire. Let's learn about a life in the day of a fireman, and in particular, their chief, their head of the fire department, Fire Chief Fran. Who knows, you may grow up and want to be a fireman. Fire Chief Fran meets with her crew. It's a new shift. There's so much to do. Here's Fran, and here's all her crew. And the fire engines behind them. The trucks are inspected above and below. The tools and equipment are ready to go. They're checking the ladder, the hoses, the tires. And look who is in like a back seat. A dog. They want to make sure everything's ready in case there's a fire or they're needed. Then lights begin flashing and clang, 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 the bells blast. They leap into action. They need to move fast. All the firemen hop into their places in the fire engine. Even the dog is hustling. Look over here. There's a fireman's pole, and you see a fireman sliding down the pole. Hurry, fireman. Oh, it's Miss Robinson's puppy chased after a duck straight into a fence. Now Bruno is stuck. It's not a fire, but the firemen are called for emergencies. Ever so gently, the chief frees the pooch. Bruno says thank you with a wag and a smooch. Firemen never know why they will be called. Back at the station, the team works in pairs, lunging and lifting and sprinting upstairs. Says Fire Chief Fran, we need to stay fit. Fighting a fire takes power and grit. Then lights began flashing and clang, the bells blast. They leap into action. They need to move fast. So before the bell, they're doing some weightlifting, some push-ups, some walking upstairs to stay fit. Firemen are in good shape. Where are they going now? Is it a fire? The Millers were camping in Cedar Falls Park. The brush was ignited with one tiny spark. It is a fire. It is a fire. Smart to call the firemen. Look at that hose. That water is spraying a long way to stop the fire. Yay for the firemen. Back at the station, it's time for a tour. Mrs. Lee's class pours through the door. They check out the pumpers, the nozzles, and tools, while Fireman Chief shares safety rules. So sometimes classes from school come for a trip to learn more about the fire department. Don't play with matches or lighters or gas, and don't start a fire near dry leaves and grass. So all the kids are learning. Then lights began flashing and clang, the bells blast. They leap into action. They need to move fast. Have you heard the fire engine? So you know they're out and trying to move fast. Two players collided. Thumpity thump. Luke has a bruise. Cam has a bump. They're iced up and bandaged and eager to play. Thank you, they holler. The rig drives away. So when the two players bumped, it's good to call in case they might have really gotten hurt. Luckily, it was just bandages, band-aids, and ice. Back at the station. So they go back and forth. They're practicing drills, training for rescues, improving their skills. A twister or a crash, a flood or a fall, we have to be ready, whatever the call. Then lights begin flashing and clang. The bells blast. They leap into action. They have to move fast. Off they go again. Where are they going this time? Oh, look what happened. It's rainy and windy. A tree's fallen down. It's blocking North Main. The crew zooms to town. So the cars can't get by. They work through the storm, clearing the sight. Thanks, call the drivers. Have a good night. Did you know the firemen did so many different things to help people? Back at the station, they prep for a meal. They simmer and stir, boil and peel. So they actually eat at the station. At last, dinner's ready. They each grab a plate, begin to dish up, but this meal has to wait. Uh-oh, what's going to happen? When lights begin flashing and clang, the bells blast. They leap into action. They need to move fast. What this time? It's Charlie's Cafe. There's smoke in the sky. The cars pull aside as the rig races by. When a fire engine is roaring down the street, cars and trucks are told to move to the side so the fire engine can get to the fire quickly. This ladder goes up, the chief scrambles higher, helps Charlie escape while they put out the fire. Thank you, calls Charlie. He waves to the crew. You're welcome, they answered. That's what we do. Charlie was lucky. He was rescued. Now back at the station, Fire Chief Fran knows they all worked their best with food and some fun and plenty of rest. They read and relax, then lights out at 10. They sleep for a while till the lights flash again. The end. The end of their shift. Fireman, Fire Chief Fran, and her firemen crew. Women too. Do you remember the sign for fire? Let's try it again. Fire, fire. But the firemen put it out. Hope you enjoyed that, and maybe your dad and mom will take you to a fire department and show you the fire engines. Maybe they'll get you a fire hat. I love you. Remember, I love you, Frank. Bye. Till next story time. Bye.